It's so good to be back. We're the best fans in the world. They're beautiful. Canada is awesome.
This is really a second chance to really make a first impression, and I know we have a lot of loyal fans out there. We've got some of the best fans across the planet, and we're just gracious to have a chance to be able to make music for them, and as long as they want it, we'll be here making it.
But without you, all I'm going to be is incomplete.
We promised each other three things.
We promised each other three things going into the making of the record. Was to give 110% at all times for the group. Two was to keep an open mind about the direction of the record. Three was to also have fun.
That was three.
Can you introduce yourself, please?
You know, first of all, you're a really annoying host right now, and I particularly don't like you. Bodyguard! Security! Get him out of here!
I never wanna hear you say I want it that way.
Around the millennium era, we kind of got caught up with all the hoopla and all the, hype and everything. And then by taking this little break that we took, we had a chance to really look back and reflect and be able to appreciate what we've done over the past 12 years that we've been together as a group.
Welcome back to the 2005 Best Music Video Awards! Okay guys, I have a special treat for you. They've made you scream, they've made you cry, they've made you reevaluate your boyfriends. Canada, give it up for the Backstreet Boys! Okay, can we chat? Brian, let's chat. It's amazing to see you guys back together, isn't it? Now, I probably shouldn't tell you this, okay? But 4 of you are among the best looking men I've ever seen in my entire life. And the fifth one I've been in love with for years. And I don't want to drive you crazy or anything, but I'm not going to tell you who. Actually, have you guys ever had any other women interested in you? Ever? Have you had other women interested in you?
I think so.
Couple?
I hope so.
Why don't we go down here and meet some of my competition? All right, so, Brian. Brian, a lot of people probably don't know this, but over the last 10 years, you guys have managed to sell 73 million albums. That's pretty incredible. But what I want to know is there not still some small part of you that won't feel completely successful until you sell 74 million?
I'm sorry.
Can you even hear anything? I can't hear anything.
I can't either. You know, it's just really good to be back. It's been a lot of records, a lot of time. We've got a little over 12 years invested in the group.
This is insane! Canada loves you guys.
It's good to be back. It's really good to be back.
All right. What was that? All right. Okay, guys. The video for Incomplete shows each of you getting beat up in a sexy way by the forces of nature. And over the past couple of years, you guys have undergone some really major personal changes, not all of which have been sexy. So I want to know, is this video the product of those defining moments?
Of our defining moments, the video is just like, I mean, in a way it kind of relates to how we are, you know, one with the elements in some ways, we're all natural, but you know, it's a great video. We did it with Joseph Kahn, and we can't wait to get to the next one for our next single. It's gonna be dope.
Amazing. Well, Canadians love it. All right, guys, will you do us the honors of helping us introduce the next nominees of the evening?
Let's get to it.
Here are the nominations for the Best International Video by a Group.
Best International Video, Group.
Black Eyed Peas, Let's Get It Started. Director, Francis Lawrence. Destiny's Child, Lose My Breath. Director, Mark Klasfeld. Green Day, American Idiot. Director, Samuel Bayer. Green Day, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Director, Samuel Bayer. Jack, Look What You've Done. Director, Robert Hales. My Chemical Romance, Helena. Director, Mark Webb. The Braver, An Honest Mistake. Director, Michael Palmieri. The Killers, Mr. Brightside. Director, Sophie Muller. The Used, All That I've Got. Director, Mark Webb. U2, Vertigo. Directors, Alex and Martin.
All right, so, Evan, guys, do you want to tug in the disc and make somebody happy?
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite groups. Show your love for the Killers.
Mr. Brightside proves that rock superstars The Killers can regale in the pomp and circumstance of the Moulin Rouge without having to resort to the can-can. The Killers' Mr. Brightside wins the 2005 MMVA for Best International Video Group.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thanks much, music. And all the fans, thank you for listening.
All right, guys, congratulations. Now, we're going to take it over to Matt.
You know what? I should start first by thanking you guys, because if it wasn't for you guys and the music that followed you, I would have had nothing to bitch about for 5 years on the air.
Well, we're glad that we gave you that
Yeah, you're such a
opportunity,
You're such
and
giving
here we
people.
are again, so you can start it right back up.
Oh, yeah, it's like old times again. All right, so Backstreet Boys, but it's years later. You're not boys anymore.
No, we're not.
What, Backstreet Men? Sounds a bit seedy.
They want to call us that, but
No?
we're still like the
Well, look at the Beastie Boys. They haven't changed their name, so.
Yeah, they haven't changed their music either. One of the advantages of coming back now is that it's years later, and a lot of your original fans are legal.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's an added advantage.
That's the reason. Yeah, I know, Howie. You look like it's been a dry spell.
You've really got it.
Yeah, you look like
He's had a dry spell.
Yeah.
had a couple of hairs cut off, so
Yeah.
you kind of get back.
You've really gotten to the core of it, though. Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's kind of my gimmick.
Hard to believe it's been more than 5 years since their smash hit I Want It That Way. The Backstreet Boys, though, have reunited and have a new CD coming out. It's called, appropriately, Never Gone. I spoke with them yesterday about the break, the band, and being back on the music scene. Okay, sitting down with the Backstreet Boys, all of them, thank you for all being here, back together again. I couldn't help but notice when I was driving into the hotel that there are crowds of girls, women, teenagers on both ends of the front doors, at the back doors. Are you ready for this to all start again?
Absolutely.
Really?
You know, we're blessed to have our fans, and it's good to be back. We had a nice break, and we're ready for it. We're recharged our batteries, and we're ready to go.
Because you're doing a comeback CD, is there added pressure? Were you nervous when you talked about what kinds of songs you would put on it?
I mean, we really didn't have any expectations whatsoever of, you know, we just wanted to get into the studio, make a great record, tour, and make an album for our fans.
Well, what was it like being, back in the studio again together? I mean, clearly you had a lot of fun the first time out, or you wouldn't have done it, and now you're getting back together. Same thing started happening?
We realized even more
what role each other has played in this entire journey, and we've learned to respect that more and not fight it.
When you took time off, I mean, and Angie, you went through rehab at that time. Were you particularly nervous about going back on, like, you've got a world tour, there are added pressures, obviously, when you're on tour, added pressures when you're building this huge fan base up again. You know, do you worry about that? Are you totally on solid ground?
I'm anxious, I'm excited, I'm not nervous. My feet are planted firmly on the ground. The only way I could ever mess up is if I allow myself to. There's really no pressure, there's no excuse big enough for me to pick up a drink or pick up a drug ever again. I've got a great support group right here. I've got a great family back home that supports me. I've got most of my friends are all sober. So it really does help me, you know, and I have a good balance in my life now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can go out and still have a good time without having a good time.
Not that kind of good
Not
time.
that kind.
And you're going on tour and you've got a baby at home.
Yes, I do. When my wife and I had my little boy, obviously it's a life-changing event.
For sure.
But I think he inspires me more than anybody has in my life, to want to work hard, to want to get back at this. We've all experienced it before.
Did you call each other for life-changing events or things that were going on at the time?
You know, we all talked during the break. I mean, a couple of the guys went and saw Kevin on, you know, Broadway. A couple of the guys went and saw Nick at his show.
Right.
I mean, you know, we didn't just say, okay, it's over, see you, bye, I'll talk to you in a couple of years.
Was there a point where you all realized, or did you have different moments where you thought, I can't keep this up?
It was at the end of the Black and Blue tour, and then towards the end of the Millennium tour, he went into rehab, then 9/11 happened, and it just seemed like so much negativity going on. And after the tour was finished in Japan, we finished in Tokyo or Osaka in November of 2001. We're like, after this, we're going to get rid of our management. We're going to sit down and have a meeting and discuss how long we want to have a break, and then discuss the direction of the next album.
Mm-hmm.
And so after the Grammys, we sat down, and Nick said he wanted to do a solo record, and we're like, all right, let's take a break. And we didn't know it would end up being 3-some-odd years before we would get back in the studio, but it was meant to be this way.
You've got such a huge Canadian fan base. Tell me something about Canada, or something about the Canadian fans. I mean, I know you don't necessarily compare from country to country, but you certainly performed here enough, and you're coming back on the world tour.
You know, there's always been a special place here, I mean, in our hearts for Canada. I mean, we received some of our biggest awards here, our Diamond Award,
right,
which is one, you know, 2 of them exactly, which is something we haven't, you know, was one of our first accomplishments here. And Canada's always been really, really good to us, and we know that, and we appreciate it. It's good to be back here.